Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Dr. Glenn Vo, and I ran into my cousin here, Dr. Chris Vo. What's up?
Having a little family chat here, Glenn.
So hey, look, we're just joking here. I pretty much call anyone who has the last name Vo my cousin because there's not many Vos around there,
Right.
And so, anyways, yeah, I'm sure we're related somewhere down the line. But the reason I have you on here is because, man, you're like the crypto dentist. You're like the crypto dentist. So I need to pick your brain so like an old guy like me can figure out about crypto. But let's start off with this because a lot of times, people are like, okay, well, crypto, that's like a scam or something. I mean,
Uh-huh.
and I'll admit, some of us who are in the crypto space got a beat down, right? But
You you and I both, yeah.
I'll say this: if you were in the stock market, you also got a beat down, and no one's saying that that's a bunch of BS. So let's start with this. Let's start with the people who are saying, you know what? See, I told you so. That's a bunch of BS, and that's what you get. But hey, these things are like cyclical in nature, right?
Yep.
So let's address like the beatdown that everyone got,
Mm,
and what are your thoughts as far as like where things are headed?
yeah. So a few things. One, you said it. It wasn't this time. It wasn't just crypto that crashed. It was pretty much the global financial market.
Yeah.
And you got to look at why. Why are we crashing? Well, it's more of a global macro thing. So you've got the Federal Reserve hiking interest rates. Our inflation is out of control in
Oh
the
yeah.
U.S. and not just the U.S. across the world. Inflation numbers their reports came out much worse than we thought they were, and then markets started reacting. And if anyone who's been in crypto knows, when the regular markets react, crypto markets react in a much more amplified way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so I think there are a lot of critics out there who are saying, "Oh, yep, crypto worth
Yeah.
nothing," but like you said, stock market's crashing too. Um, and then the second thing that I want to say, a lot of people are afraid to get into crypto. And it's sort of the analogy that I like to use is if you walked into the mall and everything was 80% off, what are you going to do? Turn around and go home and say, nah, not for me. I'm going to come back when everything's retail. Nah, like the time to buy is when everything's on sale,
Yeah.
which is right now. I mean, we might not be at the bottom, but we could be getting close to the bottom.
Yeah, wow. So, I'm just curious, and again, for those who are watching right now, they're probably thinking, okay, well, he's a dentist. He's a crypto dentist. Shouldn't he be just like drilling and filling and stuff like that? So, again, I know like the why behind why you're so passionate about this, but what got you interested in crypto? Why are you so passionate about helping other dentists just kind of figure out, navigate this kind of new world?
Yeah. So I've always been a techie, grown up a techie. And in 2017,
It must be the Asian part of
it's
you,
the
by the way.
Asian, and
Okay,
it's
okay.
like built into my
Yeah, I mean,
genetic
it's part of the
constitution.
DNA. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
In 2017, I actually started mining Bitcoin.
Oh,
And
wow.
interesting story. I sold my practice in 2017. We won't have to get into the backstory, but I wasn't sure if I was going to stay in dentistry
Oh, wow.
when I sold my practice, and met my partner at the crypto dentist, Mitch, and we started mining Ethereum and started mining Bitcoin. Uh, and that was my first foray into crypto. And I looked into it, and it was so fascinating, like 1,000% curiosity. All I could do was eat, sleep, breathe, drink crypto.
Wow.
It was that fascinating to me. And really, what got me into it was looking at Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is such an incredible invention, that tries to solve our monetary problems. I mean, for example, if you look at the money printing that's occurred in the U.S. over the past couple years,
Mhm.
40% of all US dollars that exist today were created in the last 2 years,
Oh my gosh.
right? So like that sort of gives you pause to think about like how does money work? And you look at something like Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is a technology that tries to solve a lot of problems that exist with our current monetary system. One of them being like, well, you can't create anymore.
Yeah.
And we could go into a lot of the tenets of Bitcoin. That's probably for another time. But that's what got me interested
Mhm.
in crypto. And crypto is more than Bitcoin. There are all these other technologies that exist, and they're changing the paradigm of how we think about the world, how we think about life. I think we all know that we're moving toward a more digital life. Zuckerberg just changed Facebook to Meta,
Yeah. Yeah.
and there's this idea that we're all going to be living in a metaverse at some point. We just don't. It's hard for us to understand that. Um, but I think a lot of us know that's where we're going. And I
Maybe start with watching Ready Player One.
Ready Player, yes,
I
Ready
mean, maybe
Player One.
maybe watching that and at least get your head wrapped around it, right? And you're a pretty young guy, but you're old enough to remember like the .com crash. Everyone was buying different .coms and whatnot.
Yep,
And what I tell people is, yeah, there was a crash, but that doesn't mean like no .coms were worth anything, right? But
exactly right.
what it showed though was the cream rises to the top,
Right.
right? And so for those who are like, okay, well, it seems kind of risky. I want to get into it. What are like the safest ways to get in?
Yeah. Um, so you ask, how am I sort of sharing this passion with the dental
Mhm,
profession? And I think that that ties into this answer. So as a dentist, I see a lot of my colleagues sort of trying to figure out how to invest what they saved.
mhm,
And at the Crypto Dentist, what we're trying to do is provide basic educational courses to teach people what exactly is crypto, what are the opportunities, some of the things we just talked about, and just how to get in safely.
yeah,
And that's that's our mission. There are so many different ways to make a passive income, for example, in crypto, and or an active income. You just got to do it the right way.
yeah,
And to answer your second question, Bitcoin and Ethereum, like those are the blue chips. I consider those the blue chips of crypto. If you're going to be investing in crypto, you got to understand what's high risk and what's low risk.
mhm,
And Bitcoin's the oldest, been around for over 10 years. Its track record is pretty solid. It goes up. Like, yes, it goes up and then goes down, but on a long trajectory, I mean, it's going up. And so that's where I would start. I think the first asset, the first coin that somebody should buy should be Bitcoin.
yeah,
Um, and probably before they buy it, they should understand why they're buying it. Like I just talked about why
yeah.
I believe in Bitcoin. And I think you've got to understand it before you can buy it and have the conviction to hold it, because that's the thing.
That's the key, right?
Because I'll tell you, it's not a winning strategy: buy high and sell low. And without conviction, that's what happens a
Yeah,
lot to
yeah.
people.
And again, like I bring that up because a lot of times people are thinking, okay, well, there's this crash here, and crypto is going to go away, right? But let's be honest here, Bitcoin and Ethereum is not going
They're
away.
not going away.
They're not going away. Now, for those who are just not as knowledgeable, the crypto dentist, I mean, I guess there's training modules in there so that they
Yep,
can learn. Because again, if you're going to get into this stuff and you're going to drop some money into it, you should at least know, right?
that's right.
I mean, again, even having everyone when they invest in stocks or maybe even real estate, they have some knowledge out there. There's a lot of knowledge out there, but when it comes to crypto, there's not so much, right? And then also we're in a unique position because that's dentists. So talk about like the crypto dentist, what's there and what are some of the resources are there?
Yeah. So you're exactly right. If you're going to get in, you need some sort of education. And the challenge with the crypto space, which you alluded to earlier, is that there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of
I mean,
scams.
there's a lot of bros on YouTube, right? There's a lot of bros on YouTube that are like just sharing stuff, and
Right.
and I'm like, dude, this guy looks like he's streaming from his mom's basement, like,
Yep.
come on, right?
Yep. Yep. And you just don't know who to trust.
Sure.
And there's all this negative trust. And what we do at the Crypto Dentist is, we try to be a trusted source. I'm a dentist. I have a reputation, and I'm trying to lead my colleagues, my fellow dentists and dental professionals, into the crypto space and say, all right, there's a lot of junk out there. There's a lot of misinformation. I think this is a safe way to get in, and we're not taking fees to manage people's funds or anything like that. You're buying an educational source, an
Mhm.
educational course, and what we're going to do is show you how to do this safely, explain to you the opportunity, and help you make a decision. But ultimately, it's sort of your decision if you want to invest.
So I'm going to ask you this question here because this is actually something that affected me.
Yep.
I want to ask you about the Celsius network,
Yeah.
right? So again, like, seems like a good deal. Like, hey, why not, right? And then they just release something like, "Hey, thank you so much for putting your coin in here. You ain't taking it out, right? It's
Yeah.
stuck there until things like calm down." Because honestly, everyone's natural reaction is like, "I'm getting that stuff out. I'm selling it
Yep.
out there."
Yep.
What are your feelings there? And do you still feel good about the Celsius network?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
and also
what
explain,
is it?
yeah, explain
Yeah.
to them because again, we know
Yeah.
about that, but
So
explain to them.
we had this conversation earlier. So
Sure.
Glenn, you and I got the same email from Celsius. And let's back up. What is Celsius? Celsius is a crypto platform. You can sort of think about it as a crypto bank, and you can convert your dollars into crypto dollars or stable coins, where $1 equals one coin, and there's no volatility essentially on that coin. And then deposit it into the Celsius platform, and they tend to pay a very nice interest.
Yeah.
And this is something that we teach in the Crypto Dentist, how to earn a high interest on your cash. You could be keeping your cash in Wells Fargo and they might pay you 0.4%, or you could put it in Celsius and earn 10%.
Yeah.
Now you're taking more risk, and we always talk about that. These crypto bank accounts don't have the same sort of regulation. There's no FDIC to save you. And so what happened recently with the crypto crash, a lot of these platforms, these yield platforms that were paying 9, 10, 11, 12%, they became insolvent, or they went bankrupt, or they are on the verge of bankruptcy or insolvency. And Celsius was one of the big ones. And they sent an email out to everybody. It was like 11 p.m. at night, something like that, saying, due to market volatility, this was the exact words in their email, due to market volatility, we have suspended all withdrawals from our platform. And people freaked out because people had thousands, millions of dollars in this platform. I think we both had a little bit. I had withdrawn the majority of mine because I was seeing the warning signals days before. But do I still have confidence in these platforms? I gave the presentation yesterday at this conference, and I told everybody these are the platforms that I have recommended in the past. I don't recommend them right now. Will they come back? They will. Some of them will. Some of them will go under. And unfortunately, that's the nature of crypto.
Yeah.
Crypto has to be thought of as an experiment. Everything in crypto is an experiment, and you don't ever forget that. The same way the internet was an experiment. 15, 20 years ago, we didn't know what was going to work. And there was as you said, the dot-com bubble and burst.
I mean, the strongest survive, the weak kind of go away. And again, when it comes to these other networks, these crypto banks like Celsius, well, we'll see how the foundation is there, right? Only time will tell. There's other platforms out there, but Celsius seemed like kind of the stronger one there. But we had this conversation, and it was, when it comes to investing, look, you should have a very conservative strategy, and you can have an aggressive strategy, right? Now, really, it's up to you to just make sure that, hey, if you're going to be aggressive, then you can handle the losses.
That's right.
That is the biggest thing.
100%.
I've been on some of these forums, and I saw people were like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna sell my house and invest in crypto," and I'm like, "Dude, you're like insane." Look, if you're not willing to lose that,
Exactly.
then you shouldn't be investing in crypto. You should do something a little bit less risky. And again, that's something that people should always remember. Like if you're not ready to handle that loss, you shouldn't be investing.
Yep. And not just handle that law. Like, you're not betting your mortgage payment in Celsius, right? It's all about risk management, and a balanced portfolio has high risk portions of it and then low risk portions of it. And you're exactly right. You just got to know what you can afford to lose, and then go from there.
But with that being said, huge opportunities there.
That's right.
Huge opportunities because
Yes.
right now, a really good time to get in.
Yep.
But hey, you got to be smart about it. And if you really want to just jump in, you got to get the right resources there. So
Yep.
For those who are interested to jump on the platform and to learn more, and also look, he's in the Nifty Thrifty group. He's everywhere. Just shoot him a DM.
Yep.
It's okay. Say, hey, your cousin told me about you. It's okay. But
Yeah.
what's the best way to get on the site and also to connect with you?
Yeah, I'm definitely happy to chat with anybody at Nifty Thrifty or that's watching this video. So our website, Crypto Dentist, is cryptodentist.net. we are offering a special right now, 20% off our course, which
Sweet.
is in a couple weeks.
All Asians love discounts,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, we are nifty. You're nifty, Mr. Nifty Thrifty here. Discount code is festival. We can link that at the
Yeah,
bottom.
sure.
But yeah, cryptodentist.net is our website. And my email and everything is on there. Just go to that website and look around. And please, yeah, hit me up in my DMs or contact me through the website. Happy to help. What we are trying to do is help educate dentists on the opportunity of crypto, and sort of how they can get in and be safe about it. That's what we're
Awesome.
doing.
Chris, thank you so much for jumping on. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Thanks, man.